My friend got in a massive argument with his girlfriend this week, and it gave me a little bit of extra gratitude for still being single. I know if you're going through a divorce or getting out of a long-term breakup right now, gratitude and thinking about the positives is probably the last thing on your mind. But in this video, I wanted to give you some reasons that you should feel grateful and that you should see the bright side, because there's absolutely reasons to do that. And then at the end, we'll do a little visualization to get you out of the present and just kind of see what your life could be like if you took the right actions. But getting into the story, so my friend's been dating this girl for about 9 months. Very solid relationship. They're very happy together. He likes having a relationship. He likes not being single anymore. But this week in particular has been a huge distraction for him. Her brother is about to get married. He is getting married this weekend. It's a last minute thing. They just found out about it on, I think, Tuesday. It's now Friday. So very last minute, out of nowhere. And the story with the brother is that he had an argument with his girlfriend. He's been dating her for, I think, a couple of years now. They had an argument, and after that argument, he's wanting to get married. Okay, no big deal. But the issue is that he's gonna marry a girl who cheated on him and had a baby with another guy. And everybody in the family knows this, but they're still gonna go on with this wedding like everything is fine. And they're just gonna accept that this happened. He's also living in the US. She's gonna still be in Mexico. So he's gonna be sending money to her. And my friend knows, all about this, like how this is not gonna work out. He knows that this is the nice guy behavior, that he's gonna be the savior. He's willing to take care of somebody else's kid that's not his, and more than likely she would do it again. And in a few years he'll be watching this channel trying to recover from divorce. So my friend's not real interested in going to this wedding in the first place because of that. But also it's a huge interruption to his schedule. Now he's got to take 2 days out of his weekend. He's gonna miss all day Saturday, and then Sunday they're not getting back till like 10 p.m. at night. So that's 2 full days of him not being able to grind, make money, work on his business, get his health in order, just get stuff done that he wants to do. So that's really where the gratitude kicked in for me, that I have the freedom to, one, I don't have to waste days arguing with my girl about, a wedding I don't want to go to. I have the free time to do whatever I really want to do. Edit, build the videos, build a business, go meet new people. And I'm not saying that not being in a relationship is not great. The whole point of this video is just to say, if you're going through a breakup or a divorce right now, there are positive things. Look at how much free time you have right now that you're not in a relationship, or your spouse left and maybe you're alone at the house. I don't really know your situation, but let's just say now you have a lot more free time. Now's the time for you to really decide things that you want to do. There's no one there to influence you in any way. You don't have to run anything by anybody. If you wanted to go learn golf, if you wanted to start your own business, you wanted to start your own side hustle, now is absolutely the time to do it. Obviously it's difficult when you're distracted and you're thinking about the divorce and what she's doing and everything, but if you really just focus on what you want to do right now, like now's the time to build a business, now's the time to figure out ways to improve yourself, now's the time to go to the gym, now's the time to learn social skills. Like, you have this free time, and just sitting around thinking about what's happening, thinking about what went wrong is not gonna get you really any closer to the outcome that you're looking for. I don't know if you say you do want your wife back, you do want your girlfriend back. She's not gonna wanna come back to the version of you that's stuck, not making progress, not doing anything, not really looking for any ways to improve. And by feeling some gratitude for where you're at is gonna push you to start making some changes. Be grateful that you do have this free time now. You can literally go do whatever you want. If you wanna go on a trip, if you wanna go leave town, if you wanna go on a date, if you wanna go talk to somebody, you wanna go hang out with your friends, you have endless options. You don't have to run it by anybody now. You don't have to get in an argument with your girl for 3 days about something that you don't want to do. I know that was a common thing in my life. I was the nice guy, so I would do these things that I didn't really want to do. And, I think now that I'm out of that situation, obviously, like I said, being in a relationship isn't bad, but it is also nice that I have all this mental energy. I don't have to worry about pleasing somebody else. I don't have to worry about doing things that I don't want to do just because I'm obligated. Like the relationship, he kind of has to go to this wedding because it's going to look bad to her family. In Mexico, family is a huge thing. And if he doesn't go, it's going to look bad for her. It's going to look bad for their relationship. She's probably not going to forgive him for it. So he feels like he's definitely obligated to go. And now he just lost 2 days of his time doing this. And I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but if your focus is to build a business and to build money, then that's 2 days you just lost. The next thing to be grateful for is that you can really start to figure out who you are as a person now. When you're in a long-term relationship, or if you get married very early, I was married at 22 and divorced at 34. I don't feel like I ever even started to figure out who I was as a person until I was in my late 30s. It's hard to figure out who you are when you're spending your time with somebody else and they have such a massive influence on you. Now is the time to really figure out what your likes are, what your interests are, what kind of people you want to hang out with, where you want to live, what you want to do for work. I don't know your guys' story, but if it's similar to mine, you get married young. You don't really know any better. You're just trying to do the best you can. You're trying to be a good husband, trying to be just a good man in general. And you kind of just go with the flow. We never planned out our lives. It was very much, okay, we'll go to college. I'll do this degree because I know I can get a job in it, and then we'll just go move to small town Wisconsin because that's the first job offer I get. There's no thought on, do we really want to live in Wisconsin? Would we rather live in a big city? Would we rather maybe put in some effort to go move to Florida? Like, I don't know. We never planned any of this out. We never thought about planning out kids. We had no plan for our lives. So it was just basically going with the flow, which didn't really make us happy. It was just kind of like, well, this is what it is. We're not super miserable, but we're not living our dreams either because we didn't know what our dreams were. So now is the time for you to really dig down and figure out, where do you want your life to go? Do you think, I guess this is how I would look at it. You're single now, or you're alone right now. Your wife, your girlfriend, she's gone, she's moved on. Maybe it was a week ago, maybe it was a month ago, maybe it was a year ago, doesn't really matter. She's gone, you're by yourself right now. What do you want your life to look like? Do you want to still be in the same town you're at? Do you still want, that was a dick move, huh? Do you want to still be in the same town you're at? Do you want to still be working where you're working? Do you want to still date the kind of girls that your ex was? Do you want to get back together with your ex who, I mean, if she left you, are you wanting to be with somebody that's willing to walk away from you? That's something you got to decide. But now you have that freedom to really figure out what the hell you want to do. You should be grateful for that. A lot of people don't get that opportunity. A lot of people just stay stuck in marriages for way longer than they should. Most of the time they're not happy. They're not unhappy. They're just coasting by, drifting. That's what I did. My wife had to do that hard stop. Otherwise, I would have just taken her back, I'm sure. So be grateful that you now have that opportunity to figure out what you want to do with your life. Once this motorcycle passes, then let's do a quick visualization exercise. It's not going to take very long. You kind of already know, I'm hoping, that how to do this. Here, we'll just stop right here. So what I want you to do is just stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing and just close your eyes. Now think what your life would be like 3 months from now if you started taking actions that you know would make your life better. If you started going to the gym consistently, if you started making your bed every morning, if you started eating a little healthier, if you started working on things that interest you rather than only focusing on your past relationships or what she's doing, if you got out and just socialized a little bit better, what would that start to look like 3 months from now? All right, and now, let's say you keep that up for 6 months from now. You're kind of getting over the relationship. You've realized that you're doing well, you're working out, you're feeling good, you're eating healthier every day, you're making some progress socially, you're taking the right steps to meet new people, to just live a life that you want, you're taking steps to get a job that you really want, to move to that place that you've identified that you'd actually love to live rather than just being where you're at. All right, so now what does your life look like 1 year from now? You finally moved on, you're feeling good, you're living in the place that you've actually decided to live, you've made that decision, you're dressing well, you're looking good from the gym, you're improving your social skills, you're getting more dates, you're attracting more beautiful women that you've always wanted, you just didn't think that you could actually get because you didn't know how to do it, you didn't know how to represent yourself. All right, so that's just a year from now. If you do this for 5 years, if you do this for 10 years, if you have an idea of where you want your life to go, I mean, that's the first step. You have to have that awareness of, this is where I want my life to go. I want to live here. I want to date these kind of women. I want this kind of relationship. I want a loving, happy wife. I want a loving, empathetic woman who treats me well, doesn't guilt trip me, whatever. So the first step is really figuring that out. And then, like this short minute visualization, I could see what my life would be like if I kept doing the things I'm doing, if I kept working on making more money, if I kept working on a side hustle instead of being distracted with just negativity and things I can't control. So I don't know if that helps you guys. It's just kind of popped in my mind when I kind of realized like how upset it was because he's kind of getting forced into going to this wedding that he doesn't agree with. I mean, I'm sure he feels bad for the guy. Like, you can just see what's going to happen to him. He's going to end up either super miserable, supporting a wife that's probably going to cheat on him again or raise a kid that's not his, or he's going to end up divorced, watching this stuff, and hopefully he listens and can improve himself. I don't know. So, just being forced in that situation and then losing that much time. So it just kind of got me just being a little grateful for not being in a relationship. I'm not saying that I wouldn't love to be in a relationship. I love having female companionship. I love the relationships I've had. But that doesn't mean you can't be grateful for where you are right now, whatever your circumstances. There are things in your life that are going well. There are things in your life that could be going great if you started taking some actions, if you started making little improvements here and there. You don't have to change your life in a day. Just do this short little visualization. Say, what would my life look like a month from now if I just started going to the gym 3 times a week instead of 0 times a week? What would my life look like if I said hi to a stranger every day? Would I feel better about myself? Would I feel better that, would I be moving on? Obviously, you might still be upset with the divorce. It's a major issue. This person was a huge part of your life. But that doesn't mean that you can't be improving and can just be a little bit grateful. You don't have to be being depressed and upset's not going to help your situation. She's not going to want to come back to a guy that's super sad and hasn't moved on any. That was my game plan. I thought if I acted sad, if I sent these love letters, she'd want me back. But that was more manipulation. And I mean, she left that version of you. She doesn't want to come back to that guy. If anything, she wants to come back to a guy that's grown, that's improved, that's become better. And, the only way to do that is to start making some progress. And as you do that, maybe you realize you don't really want that relationship in your life again. Or maybe it does end up that she is attracted to you again and you guys get back together. I kind of feel that that's really the only solution, is to just move on, to do what you have to do to improve your life, your circumstances. And now that, I guess I kind of probably repeat myself, but now that you have this freedom, figure out what the hell you want to do. What do you want to do with your life? Do you still want to be in the small town or whatever town you're in? Do you still want to work this job you've been working? Or were you just doing it because you were in this relationship and you were comfortable? Have you ever really thought about what you want your life to look like? It's hard to do that when you get married very young or you get in a relationship early and your focus is on somebody else. You don't really know who you are as a person. You don't know what things you want to do in life because you're always worried about, well, what would she think about this? I don't want to say we're moving to Florida if she hates Florida. But now that, you're single, you got this time to yourself, maybe you want to go live in Florida. I don't know. Kind of figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, and start visualizing, start taking little steps to make that happen. You're in the perfect opportunity now. Perfect opportunity. She's either going to see the man that you're becoming and want to come back and you guys can get back together. She's going to see the man you're becoming and want to get back together, but you're going to want to move on and find new, healthier relationships. Or she's not going to want to come back and you still do whatever you want to do and you start improving your life and you start living your dreams and going wherever. Like I'm not supposed to be in Mexico right now. If I was still married, it would have been our 20th anniversary this month, a couple weeks ago. I would have still been overweight. I would have still been playing video games. I'd still be in small town Wisconsin, still really accomplishing nothing, still feeling pretty miserable most days in our relationship. Maybe we'd have some kids by now. But it would have been the same patterns. There would have been no reason for me to improve my health, my situation. We would have never just decided to up and move to Mexico or just up and decided to move to a new state. It just would not have happened. I guess maybe, it just definitely would not have happened because it wasn't in our realm of possibilities. So I don't know. I hope this video helped you. Just know that you are able to, now that you're free, I guess I'll say free. I don't want to make you feel like you're, because I know it's a tough time. Like saying you're free kind of upsets you. You might feel like you're betraying her, but the fact is, she is gone. You do have to do something to move on. Wallowing around is not going to help you. It's not going to get you anywhere that you want to actually go. So use this time. Be grateful for the time that you have. Be grateful for the freedom that you have. Be grateful for the choices that you can make that are going to benefit you. Be grateful for the fact that you can finally figure out who you are. Be grateful for the fact that you're still alive. You've learned a lot from this relationship. You learned a lot of things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you would never want to deal with again, things that maybe you would like, but just from somebody who treats you better. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. I hope this video helped you. I'm going to cut it there. I just got done getting my hair cut. I'm looking nice and slick. I'm going to go out tonight. I'm going to try to practice my social skills again. I realized that they're not where they used to be. I don't feel as really charismatic as I could be. So I want to work on that, get some practice with that. Also, like I said, I don't want to be single forever. It is great being in a relationship. These are just things that you can be grateful for if you're not in one or if you're going through a divorce. There's always stuff to be grateful for. So I'm gonna go out, maybe try to meet some cute girls, see what happens. If anything, just hang out with friends, practice my social skills, get outside for a little bit, stop focusing on business stuff, and have some freedom. So I'm off to my Spanish lesson now. And I'll cut it there. See you guys.